The issue begins with Carol Danvers stepping in, offering Jean the break she's long overdue and the heart-to-heart she desperately needs. Jean has been relentlessly working to undo the damage caused by the Phoenix, rescuing whoever she can throughout the universe. Though she hasn't allowed herself any rest, it's clear she needs one. To give her that, Carol takes Jean to a festival celebrating the Kree-Skrull Alliance, encouraging her to enjoy the moment and unwind, even if just for a little while. Before we continue, don't forget to recommend my video on social media and click the subscribe button to stay updated on more comic book content like this, which helps support small content creators like me. Carol, more than Jean realizes, can relate to her struggle and understands her desire to create a safer universe. She also wants to hear from Jean that she's not afraid of the Phoenix within her. If Jean admits to fear, Carol warns that it might mean the Phoenix is controlling her, not the other way around, which could lead to bigger issues down the road. While Jean allows herself to enjoy the festival for a change, the Galactic Council convenes in secret to discuss her. Gladiator is adamant that controlling Jean is crucial due to the destruction the Phoenix has caused in the past. However, the Council disagrees, arguing that Jean hasn't posed any real threat since then. To everyone's shock, a familiar figure enters the meeting to back Gladiator's claims. It's Pericus, who is there to demonstrate why Gladiator is correct in stating that the Phoenix is the greatest threat the universe has ever faced. We then shift back to Jean, who's enjoying herself at the party, only to be interrupted by an ominous voice demanding her attention. When Jean asks who the voice represents, it identifies itself boldly as her executioner. Unfazed and eager to silence the voice, she asks where they can meet to begin their war, and the voice tells her to follow it, leading her to the Temple of Creation. The voice is soon revealed to belong to none other than Gorr the God Butcher, who has now made it his mission to kill the Phoenix, whom he sees as a god. Phoenix insists that she is no god, but Gorr remains unconvinced. As their battle begins, Gorr explains how his previous fight with Thor actually benefited him, as the all-black symbiote core has now replaced his heart. Gorr proudly proclaims that he is now the All-Black. Phoenix then forcefully lifts Gorr into space, explaining to the readers why, after studying his childhood, she understands him, his hatred for gods, and his endless wars against them. As this happens, a fragment of the symbiote forms into a blade. The blade extends and Gorr uses it to stab Jean in the stomach. Severely wounded, Jean begins to drift aimlessly through space. As she drifts, she reverts to her human form. Meanwhile, we learn that Pericus and the Galactic Council have been watching Gorr kill the Phoenix, but this doesn't convince them to take action. In fact, they now consider her no longer a threat, assuming she's dead. However, Pericus urges them to keep watching, reminding them that the Phoenix is more than just a cosmic entity. It is intimately familiar with death. He concludes his argument by stating that every time the Phoenix and death meet, the Phoenix returns much more powerful,